alleging that it has failed to bring peace and solution to the state. Taking a jibe, Chishi further says corruption and autocratic functioning has been the major highlights of the present government. Naga Mothers Association extends support to Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association over the superannuation age rule. Further, the association, in a memorandum to the Nagaland Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi, seeks immediate intervention of the governor. In a good news for state government employees, Nagaland government decides to release the monthly salaries of its employees on the first working day of the following month. State Finance Department issues a notification in this regard with the order comes into effect. Amid several cases of mortality reported in neighboring districts of Kohima and Dimapur, Tsiminu District Administration bans import and sale of pigs in the district. The move comes in the wake of possible outbreak of African swine fever to contain the highly contagious disease. India confirms country's third monkeypox case with the case reported from Kerala's Malappuram district on Friday. A 35-year-old man currently undergoing treatment contracted the infection after returning from the United Arab Emirates on July 6. AIADMK and Surya shares the Best Actor Awards at the 68th National Film Awards. Announced while AIADMK wins the award for his role in Dhanhaji, the Unsung Warrior, Surya backs it from Surarai Putturu. The Best Actor in Female category went to Aparna Balamurali for Surarai Putturu. Hello, Chipen Kung here, reading to you the Nagaland TV English Primetime News. Let's look at the stories in detail. Former Nagaland Chief Minister and senior politician KL Chishi on Thursday lashed out at the Nipirio-led opposition-led government and said that the only achievement of this present regime has been a combination of gross corruption, nepotism, promoting tribalism and an autocratic style of functioning. She said in a telephonic interview that where is peace and solution, lip service cannot bring these lofty ideals. If things were so, Nagaland would have been heaven long back. This dispensation has made things worse. As a senior politician, one feels pained at heart to see what all is going around. The former Chief Minister Chishi emphasized that Nagas deserve equitable distribution of funds meant for growth and development, irrespective of tribal bias or color. Chishi also mentioned that in 2018, when the NDPP-led government took over, there was a grand claim that change is coming. If this is change, we should not have it. Chishi, under whose ministry CM Rio served as Prime Minister in 1990, said that negative and diabolical politics were played. Funds were pumped in some selected districts, especially since 2018. As an example, Kifri and Longlang got zero funds from the Minority Affairs under Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyagram. Questions were also raised by Chishi into why. What is their crime? In contrast, Kohima got rupees 51.5 crore and Chumugirima rupees 45.21 crore. Chishi mentioned that the worst of the sins committed by the state government is loop-sided development and indiscriminate way of funding allocation or funds allocation. People are angry today and were shell-shocked to find that in some departments, a few districts walked away with 191.7 crore and the rest of Nagaland got rupees 106 crore. The Naga Mothers Association has extended their support to the Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association and questioned the decision of the state government to NIDA's demand. The NMA President Apiu Meru and Joint Secretary Malswam Twangi Leary, in a memorandum to the Nagaland governor dated July 20, conveyed deep concern about continuing superannuation issue relating to NIDA and sought immediate intervention from the governor, pointing out that the increase in retirement age of all medical doctors in the country to 65 years, as announced by the Prime Minister in May 2016, was due to an acute shortage of medical doctors in the country. And it may say that almost all states, including neighboring northeastern states, have implemented the raise in the age of retirement of medical doctors. Accordingly, the Mothers Association also said that through such PILs, many healthcare centers, district hospitals, CHCs and PHCs have better facilities and services today in different parts of the state. However, the acute shortage of medical doctors is still present in the state as per Indian health standard. Extending full support to the rights of the NIDA, Naga Mothers Association hope that the governor will immediately review the tense situation and ensure justice and implementation of the Prime Minister's announcement in the truest spirit in Nagaland. And we have a very pleasant news coming in for Nagaland state government employees. The government of Nagaland issued an order on Friday pertaining to releasing the monthly salaries of its employees on the first working day of the month starting from the coming month. It is to be mentioned that the Finance Department has issued a notification in this regard, and the order is applicable with immediate effect. Notably, this order will allow the salary for the month of July to be credited on the first working day of August. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv congratulated Draupadi Murmu on behalf of the people of Nagaland on winning the presidential elections 2022. Taking down the Twitter, Rio also extended his best wishes to Murmu as she prepares to take up the responsibilities and challenges of high office. Meanwhile, Minister of Higher Education and Tribal Affairs and Nagaland BJP President Mjanimna Along also congratulated Murmu on her historic win. In his tweet in the microblogging site, Along also said that Murmu deserved to win and a spectacular choice for the coveted post. He further added that Draupadi Murmu as the President of India has indeed set a shining example for the nation. The first tribal and the second female to hold the most prestigious post, and conveyed best wishes on her success. Former Jharkhand governor and NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu on Thursday created history by becoming the first tribal woman to be elected as the President of India. She secured a staggering 6,76,803 votes. That is 64.03% of the total votes, as against the joint opposition's candidate Yashwant Sinha, who bagged only 3,80,117 votes. Over 99% of the Electoral College, comprising 771 MPs and 4,025 MLAs, cast their votes in the elections through a secret ballot. Moreover, the ex-Orissa minister got the exact number of expected votes from Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Rajasthan, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttarakhand and Delhi. Draupadi Murmu won votes from all states and union territories, whereas no MLA from Andhra Pradesh, Nagaland and Sikkim voted for Yashwant Sinha. In Nagaland, out of all 59 votes, out of 60 went in favor of Draupadi Murmu. That turned to be humiliation for Sinha, a former BJP leader himself. Notably, Forest, Environment and Climate Change Minister Y.M. Yolokonak abstained from the voting on July 18 polls due to health complications. A recruitment rally for all districts of Nagaland under Agnipath scheme shall be conducted at Pakat Stadium, Rangabahar Military Station, Dimapur from September 7 to September 23. Detailed notification, eligibility criteria and QRS can be checked out at www.joinindianarmy.in. Online registrations for candidates commence from 5th July and end on August 3. Local youth who are interested in participating in the rally have been asked to do mandatory online registration. Date of attendance will be made known via issue of admit cards 10 days before the rally. It can be noted that for the present recruiting year, government has raised age relaxation by 2 years. Furthermore, it has been informed that those candidates holding qualification from government-recognized ITIs will aid bonus marks. With the recent rise in COVID-19 positivity rate in Nagaland, the Department of Health and Family Welfare has requested all the beneficiaries who are due for the first, second and precaution doses respectively to avail the services at the earliest in the government COVID vaccination centers. The department also informed in a press release that as on July 20, 2022, the state has more than 1.75 lakh beneficiaries who are due to or overdue for the second dose, and more than 5.6 lakh beneficiaries who are eligible for precaution dose. Meanwhile, the department also mentioned that Nagaland has currently administered more than 16.90 lakh COVID-19 doses, vaccinated 58.8% of our eligible beneficiaries with first dose, 46.8% with second dose, and more than 42,000 vaccinated with precaution dose. The government of India has announced 2 new initiatives, Azadi Kamrid Mahotsav, to provide a free precaution dose at all government centers for 75 days and Har Ghar Dastak till July 31. Taking into account the rise in COVID-19 cases both in the country and Nagaland, the department issued a reminder to the public that vaccination, masking, hand washing or sanitizing and social distancing are the best way to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Deputy Commissioner of Ziminu, Dr. Zasekole Chusi, has imposed a ban on the slaughter, sale and import of pork and pigs from outside the district, and the entire district has been notified as a controlled area until further notice or directives. Meanwhile, the decision was made in view of the report of the Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Ziminu, that there have been cases of mortality in pigs within the district and in the neighboring districts of Kohima and Dimapur. There is high mortality of pigs due to outbreak of African swine fever. Furthermore, the African swine fever is a contagious disease in pigs with high mortality, causing huge economic losses. Therefore, requires high vigilance and containment under Section 6, Clause 1 of the Prevention and Control of Infection and Contagious Disease in Animals Act 2009. Deputy Commissioner of Peren, Vinit Kumar, in a public notice has informed that payment of property compensation in respect to Mahinamti, Hangingongla, Ngolwa, New Chalagi and Ngorio villages have been made. In this regard, the DC has directed all property owners to vacate their properties to enable the execution of works. DC also mentioned that all affected property owners who are yet to claim property damage compensation are also directed to report to the office of the Deputy Commissioner. For physical verification during office hours starting from 22nd July with the documents as given on the photocopy of bank passbook, cancelled check, valid identity card. Meanwhile, the notification also added that this shall be the final notice for verification and physical identification. The Yimkyung Baptist Church of Chumukirima began its Sunday school summer camp starting from Friday The theme of the summer camp is Explore Your Gift. Notably, this summer camp will conclude on Sunday. It has been learned that at the camp, Life Concerns Ministry, Aliba Imchen, launched his YouTube channel. Imchen's YouTube channel aims to promote animation, songs and cartoons, while the channel also aims to educate and teach gospel songs to children.
Okay, mahan itu every summer vacation na means pachahan actually summer vacation bale almost tahan phone games kan de inande pishi tahan important di da. So because of that, like man Bible game nishina in a summer vacation de na vacation Bible school nishina man update kurse. Itu pishi de ina update kurna thange not only just give the study Bible study and all, but like tahala give to kids na eta ina Sunday school dam de him man tahang mall green na foundation bi tahang phal build up gray. So idani topic to man explore your gift kuna 1 Corinthians 7:7 dil kina se itu mahan explore your gift, which means like mala hidden talent kan iso mangi ki use kun mangi dishina itu karni tahange itu team dulushe ina na tahange tahan ki pare se itu tahan ke competition kan na rakhi deses solo competition kan, and then like Bible story kan na itu kan ina na tahange ni ita yedeba tahan mol shile youth de jale tahan shit professional hu jawo na adala talent ekdam phala use kuri jawo ko itu ani mahan itu vacation Bible school man update kurna itu program ni initiate kushe. Our man sponsor do mala church la deacons kan na pastors kan by sponsor dishe, and then kuma family kan by sponsor in a donation can be help kushe sweet hulibi na puisa phale hulibi. Our man teachers to 7 ho our muiwalina more Christian education director se muiwalina man achun ho, and then like volunteers kan youth teba mahan select kushina tan achun shina to ina do tahamba mangi help krese, and then cook kan ki gore so api baba han na deacons ar tahan bahi mangi free will ba tahan bai free wa mangi program do loli dese, and then tahan bai kam gona khilai mangi ina na bishi khushiwa blessing by na man itu this time na program update kushe ar aji the day one ase aji bai start korse 8 day start si timing do to ina 2:30 tak man continuation ja.
Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur, Sachin Jaiswal, was inducted as President of Bharat Scout and Guides Association on Friday. Along with him, Senior SDO Apokla Lungamur was inducted as District Secretary. The induction program was held at DC's Conference Hall, Dimapur, on Thursday. DC Jaiswal, while speaking at a program, mentioned that Bharat Scout and Guide Association is not something new to him, as he used to be an active part of NCC and Bharat Scouts and Guides when he was a student. He also expressed delight for being installed in the position of president. This he further assured of his optimum support and cooperation towards the association. It can be mentioned that the flag ceremony and oath-taking were conducted by District Organizing Commissioner of Scouts, R.K. Joseph, and District Organizing Commissioner of Guides, Kevilino Haikam. Nagaland on Thursday reported 14 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death in the last 24 hours. Kohima District reported 6, Dimapur 5, Woka 2, and Longleng 1. Notably, number of active cases rose to 84, while a total of 33,308 recovered from COVID-19. Meanwhile, a total of 1,498 patients migrated to other states. On the other hand, India recorded 21,880 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, bringing the country's overall tally to 4,38,47,065. The active cases increased to 1,49,482. Furthermore, the death count climbed to 5,25,930, with 60 new fatalities due to COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Nagaland shows poor performance in Niti Aayog's India Innovation Index in the Northeastern and Hill States category with a score of 11. Meanwhile, Manipur topped the category with a score of 19.37. Notably, the index benchmarks the performances of the states and union territories against their peers. to better understand the reason for differential performance and the areas of strength and weaknesses, and has been developed on the lines of global innovation index. Furthermore, the report also stated that Nagaland and Lakshadweep's expenditure on science, technology and environment was zero. In addition, Nagaland and Tripura received no foreign direct investment inflows and no venture capital deals. At the meantime, the index noted that the performance of these states is greatly affected due to their geographical location, and acknowledged geographical disadvantage as a challenge, but also pointed out that measures can be roped in to enhance overall performance with respect to improvement in performance under this pillar. As the opposition continued disrupting the monsoon session of Parliament for fourth consecutive day, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to hold a review meeting with top ministers to discuss the strategy of government in the Parliament to tackle the crisis. Furthermore, the meeting was attended by union ministers including Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Prahlad Joshi, Anurag Singh Thakur, Kiren Rijiju and Piyush Goyal, among others. Notably, the opposition has been protesting against various policies of the government, including price hikes, inflation and the Agnipath scheme. Meanwhile, the monsoon session is an extremely important session as the election of the President and Vice President office is slated to take place in this season. After Draupadi Murmu was officially announced as the next President of India, the Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu met with Murmu on Friday. Furthermore, the Vice President congratulated Murmu for her thumping victory. Earlier, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had congratulated Murmu on Thursday for her victory and also referred to her as a ray of hope for citizens, especially the poor, marginalized and the downtrodden. Notably, the new president is scheduled to take oath on 25 July after the incumbent President Ramnath Kovind's retirement on July 24. While the opposition continued to remain in disarray after the Trinamool Congress announced abstaining from voting in the vice presidential elections, Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge reacted to the developments. He asserted that the opposition needs to work unitedly as they try to find the reason behind this sudden decision by TMC. He further stated that the NCP chief, Sharad Pawar, had assured that he will talk to TMC regarding the same. TMC has claimed that the party was not consulted before selecting Margaret Alva as the vice presidential nominee. However, opposition parties have clearly denied anything as such. Earlier on Thursday, the Trinamool Congress party announced its decision of abstaining from the August 6 vice presidential elections voting.
ऐसा कोई बुरी हालत नहीं दिखी। जो लोग थे जो लोग पीछे हट गए हैं वही हुआ, किसी उसूलों पे नहीं हुआ। यहाँ पर भी हम सब मिलके ही काम करना चाहते हैं और मैडम श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी की यही इच्छा है कि हमको थोड़ी सी कहीं अगर पिछाड़ भी हुई परवाह नहीं, लेकिन देश के सेक्युलर और डेमोक्रेटिक फैब्रिक को जीवित।
The 68th National Film Awards winners list has been announced on Friday. The main categories are feature films, non-feature films, best writing on cinema, and the most film-friendly state. The Best Actor award for the year is said to be shared by Surya and AIADMK for their works in Surarai Botru and Danhaji, the Unsung Warrior, respectively. This is Surya's first national award and AIADMK's third, Surarai Botru, based on events in the life of Simplify, Deccan founder G. Gopinath, also won Best Feature Film, Best Actress for Aparna Balamurali, Best Screenplay, and Best Background Score, Danhaji. A historical film about legendary Marathi warrior Danaji Malusare won the award for the Best Popular Film, providing wholesome entertainment. Malayalam thriller Ayapunum Goshium won two big awards. K.R. Sachidanandan won Best Director posthumously, and Biju Menon won Best Supporting Actor. Lakshmi Priya Chandramouli was awarded Best Supporting Actress for a role in Sivaranjaniyum Inum Sila Mangalum, which also won the Best Tamil Film as well as the Best Editing.
Best Actress is Surarai Potru, Actress Aparna Balamurli. Best Actor, now that is a big award and that's also being shared with two people. Surya for Surarai Potru and Ajay Devgan for Tanaji the Unsung Warrior. Best Cinematography Award goes to Avijatrik और कैमरामैन हैं सुप्रतिम भोल. बेस्ट फीमेल प्लेबैक सिंगर अयप्पनम कोशियम, सिंगर नंचम्मा. बेस्ट प्लेबैक मेल फिल्म इज मिस वसंत राव, सिंगर इज राहुल देश पांडे.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal throws shade at the central government while breaking his silence on Delhi excise row. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal stated that allegations made against the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia for violating the new excise policy is false. Furthermore, Chief Minister Kejriwal stated that this act can be seen as a deliberate attempt of the central government to stop Aam Aadmi Party from expanding. In addition, while defending Sisodia, Kejriwal stated that Sisodia has worked day and night for the development of Delhi, and it was his efforts that we are able to see a judge's child and a rickshaw driver's child sitting together to study in Delhi government schools. Notably, Delhi's Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena recommended an investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation into the alleged violations of the Arvind Kejriwal-led government's new contentious excise policy, including deliberate and gross procedural lapses made by Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia to provide post-tender undue benefits to liquor licenses.
लोग पूरा का पूरा केस बिल्कुल झूठा है, बिल्कुल झूठा है. उसमें रत्ती भर की भी सच्चाई नहीं है. जेल से हमें डर नहीं लगता. तुम लोग सावरकर की औलाद हो जिसने अंग्रेजों से माफ़ी मांगी थी. हम लोग भगत सिंह की औलाद हैं. हम भगत सिंह को अपना आदर्श मानते हैं, जिसने अंग्रेजों के सामने झुकने से मना कर दिया और फांसी पर लटक गया. हमें जेल से, फांसी के फंदे से डर नहीं लगता. कई बार जेल हुआ है हम लोग. एक ये सोचने की बात है कि हाथ धो के हमारे पीछे क्यों पड़े हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी के पीछे क्यों पड़े. इतने हमारे एमएलए को ये जेल भेज चुके, सारे छूट छूट के आ गए. ये लोग झूठे केस बना बना के हमारे ऊपर कीचड़ फेंकना चाहते हैं.
Lok Sabha proceedings on Monday was adjourned yet again. The opposition has protested furiously against the price hike and the imposing of goods and services tax on several other essential goods, daily day-to-day activities. The second edition of the State Inter-Department Badminton Tournament 2022 kicked off on Friday at the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Multipurpose Hall in Kohima. Altogether, 31 departments will participate in two-day-long event, gracing the occasion as a chief guest. Minister of Higher Education and Tribal Affairs, Samjin Imna Along, during his speech, talked about the importance of sports in everyone's life and appreciated the Inter-Department Badminton Club for organizing the interdepartmental tournament. Meanwhile, he also encouraged the department to come together as one through this tournament. Earlier, opening the tournament, convener and president of IDBC, Shanavas, gave a short introduction and a welcome address where he talked about the tournament as an informal platform for discussions of important matters coming from various departments, and also the registration fee to rupees 1,000 per team. In addition, he wished all the teams good luck for the tournament.
I would encourage that in the days to come, the departments should not only play among yourselves, but also promote others, youngsters, and facilitate that from our state comes out great sportsmen and women. I cannot play. I don't know how to play well even if I want to, but I can surely help somebody do better. Likewise, all of us. So I just pray that as it ends tomorrow with the champions and with which department is won, and you may have a great party, I wish that all of us would go back home tomorrow.
The Central Board of Secondary Education declared its Class 12 result 2022 for Term 2 board examination on Friday. While the girls outperformed the boys in the exam, Kerala's Trivandrum recorded the highest pass percentage at 98.83%. Notably, the students need to obtain at least 33% marks in each subject to clear Class 10 and Class 12 board exams. While as stated by CBSE to promote healthy competition among students this year, the board will issue a merit certificates to students who have secured highest marks in the subjects. But no merit list will be declared. Furthermore, students can check their results on the official websites of CBSE, results.cbse.nic.in.
सर एक हाथ में तरफ देखिए बच्चे जरा यही
Students who are waiting their board exam results, the Central Board of Secondary Education declared its Class 10 result a few hours after the declaration of Class 12 Term 2 board examination results. Furthermore, the overall pass percentage stood at 94.4%. In addition, the girls outshone the boys yet again with overall percentage of 94.54%, while the boys secured 91.25%. Trivandrum in Kerala recorded the highest pass percentage at 99.68%. It's to be noted that students can check their Class 10 results on cbse.gov.in or results.gov.in, cbseresults.nic.in or digilocker.gov.in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday appealed to the people to strengthen their Har Ghar Tiranga movement by hoisting or displaying the national flag in their homes between August 13 and 14. In a series of tweets, Modi said this movement will deepen our connection with the tricolour and noted that it was on July 22nd in 1947 that the national flag was adopted. Modi also mentioned that, as we recall the monumental courage and efforts of all those who dreamt of a flag for free India while we were fighting colonial rule, we reiterate our commitment to fulfill their vision and build the India of their dreams. The main reason regarding the campaign was to bring out patriotism within the people. The Enforcement Directorate carried out a raid at former West Bengal Education Minister Partha Chatterjee and Paresh Adhikari's residence in connection with the teaching recruitment scam. According to a source, at least 7 to 8 ED personnel arrived at Chatterjee's Naktala residence around 8 a.m. and carried out a search till 11 a.m. with CRPF personnel keeping guard outside. Another team of agency officials visited Adhikari's home at Mekliganj and spoke to his family members, while Enforcement Directorate officials had also carried out a simultaneous raid at the residence of the former chairman of West Bengal Board of Primary Education, Manik Bhattacharya. Meanwhile, the CBI had been looking into the alleged irregularities committed in recruitment of Group C, D staff and teachers in the government-sponsored and aided schools on recommendation of the West Bengal School Service Commission. As directed by the High Court, Paresh Adhikari said that no intimation was given by the ED officials before visiting their homes. Headquarters of the opposition AIADMK was reopened on Thursday, 10 days after it was sealed by revenue authorities following violence that broke out between supporters of rival leaders K. Palaniswamy and O. Paneerselvam. Meanwhile, the revenue officials under Mylapore Tahsildar removed the seal and lock at the entrance gates and two other places inside headquarters. In the presence of former Minister C.V. Shanmugam and V. Mahalingam, police and senior leaders, the keys were handed over to the party manager. Kerala confirmed its third monkeypox case on Friday. Furthermore, the case was reported from Kerala's Malappuram district. Notably, a 35-year-old man contracted the infection and is currently undergoing treatment at a hospital where he was admitted for fever after returning from the United Arab Emirates on July 6. In addition, his family and close contacts are being kept under observation. Meanwhile, the Union Ministry of Health issued new guidelines on Friday in view of the rising cases of monkeypox in India. The new guidelines include isolation of infected persons, minimizing the infected person's exposure to surrounding areas by covering their nose and mouth with a mask and skin lesions with a sheet or gown. Informing the health facilities in case a person notices symptoms of monkeypox, avoiding contact with contaminated materials such as bedsheet, clothes or towels used by infected persons, and lastly, to maintain hand hygiene using soap or sanitizers. As the entire country rejoices the victory of the first tribal woman president of the country, people are finding innovative and interesting ways to honor this landmark victory. Notably, in the land of the gods, Orissa saint artist Sudarshan Badanaik created a saint sculpture congratulating President-elect Draupadi Murmu at Puri Beach of Orissa. Furthermore, on the saint art, the artist inscribed "Congratulations, People's President of India." Meanwhile, Orissa's Rairangpur village, the native place of Draupadi Murmu, erupted in celebrations when the vote was still underway in their anticipation of Draupadi Murmu's victory. In addition, large crowd gathered outside BJP headquarters in Delhi to celebrate the win. In a major step, the Supreme Court on Thursday expanded accommodation for unmarried women in the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, following which a 25-year-old woman was permitted to terminate her 24-week pregnancy. As he asserted that under Article 21, it is a woman's choice to retain pregnancy or terminate it. Justices D.Y. Chandrachud, Suryakant and A.S. Bobana commented that denying an unmarried woman who is in a consensual relationship to abort is against her rights and freedom. As he further directed Director of AIIMS Delhi to constitute medical board in terms of provisions of the Medical Termination of Pregnancy (MTP) Act. As he further mentioned that in a case where medical board ascertains a safety of the mother while aborting the fetus, AIIMS doctors can go ahead with the abortion. Bench also stated that forcing a woman to endure pregnancy against her wish or choice is contrary to the law enacted by Parliament. Amidst rising cases of COVID-19, the United States President Joe Biden tested positive for COVID-19 on Thursday. In addition, U.S. President Joe Biden became the second U.S. president after former President Donald Trump to test positive for the coronavirus. Furthermore, the White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre informed that President Biden was experiencing mild symptoms and has begun taking Paxlovid, which is an antiviral drug used for reducing the severity of the disease. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden will isolate himself at the White House and is expected to carry out all his duties through virtual means such as Zoom and phone calls.
You, my dear engineers, should know that through your selfless and brilliant minds, our country is forging ahead of the so-called developed nations technologically. Our great nation acknowledges your contribution. In matter to the disparity in service matters, every state has its rules of executive business, and each state has to look after its own service matters separately. So allow me not to indulge in the line of your demands. However, your state-wise representations can be presented to your state government separately. In case of Francesa, in case there is disparity or requirements that need to be changed, I assure you of my support. Engineers directly contribute to the well-being of society and individuals that make up the society. You all work primarily in innovation, either designing a brand new product or improving an existing one. These engineering innovations go on to make our lives easier, more comfortable, or productive. You, my dear engineers,
The Indian Engineers Federation Northeast Region Midterm COM Annual Council Meet held at Hotel Chafu on Friday. Minister for Rural Development Mehboob Jamil said that Indian engineers form the basis of all technological activities and through their intellect and experience. It is a genesis for all inventions and innovative developments that has propelled the world towards technological advances, of which the present generation is enjoying. However, with the rapid progress in technological advances, the present-day engineers must necessarily ensure to protect the environment and the nature that has been rapidly degenerating due to growing population and demands of a better life by human beings in our quest to progress. That will wrap up our English prime time. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chipen Kung signing off.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।